Alright, the next thing you want to do is take the front of the seat off. Well, the front part of the seat cover off. And this is probably going to be really hard for me to show y'all, but let's see. Okay. There's a ring, what's called a hog ring, right here. And to get that off, you just want to take your dikes and pull really hard until that comes off. Some dikes might be able to cut through it, mine can't. So I just have to wiggle it and pull it until it comes off. It's not too hard, it just takes a little oomph. And then after you get that off, there's this hook, this long hook. See this plastic piece right here? You want to pull it, it's called a J hook. You have to get behind it and pull it off of a rod that runs across. And once you get that off, the seat cover will come off. Alright, that's what the ring looked like. It only took maybe 10 seconds or so. Just grip the pliers with both hands and give it a good tug. It'll come right off. Okay, that was a bitch to get off. I don't know why that was so much more difficult to get off than the passenger side. God. Yeah, the passenger side, and what I'm talking about specifically, is this little, well, not so little, but this J hook. It looks like a J. It goes back and it loops behind a metal bar. So you've got to put enough force on the upper seat to give you enough slack down here to where you can reach your hand back behind it like this and pull it off. And oh my god, my thumbs and my fingers are really sore now, but whatever. I just eventually just sat on the seat and reached down below me and pulled really hard, but that's what you gotta do. So now you want to get this piece, the side piece, you want to lift it, you want to get it out, like you want to get it out of being sandwiched between the metal part and the cushion. So this part right here will be like up here. That's my best way of explaining it. But you can start at the bottom down here and take the seat cover off like that. You're gonna need two hands, so I can't feel myself doing that. Sorry. So apparently on the driver's side seat there's another J clip that runs in a very inconvenient spot. It's on this side down here, on the underside where the other one on the front was, but it's below here, like back under here, and I'm not about to try to fight that, because the only spot that we really need to get to on here is going to be on this outer area, like I was talking about before at the beginning. You can see right here, this is what you're going to be looking for. It's going to be a spot that looks like a little burnt spot, and there's two wires. Well, now it's two wires. It's supposed to be one wire. I can't really focus in on it, but it's right there. So what I'm going to do is get enough wire exposed to where I can solder it and solder these back together. So yeah. Right now I've got the 2 wires exposed. I'm gonna strip the ends of them, and what I actually am gonna do is connect my multimeter on the resistance setting, and I'm gonna push around on the mat to see if the reading changes. It shouldn't. If it changes, that means that there's another place on this pad here that is either open circuit, in which case I'll get a either really high resistance reading, or it won't change at all, which means that there's not a place when pushing or disturbing the heating element. So I'm going to strip the wires and connect my multimeter to it. Here's what it looks like after it's been soldered and heat shrunk, I guess you would say. It's clear heat shrink, so you can't really see it. And my camera's not picking it up all that well anyways, but I've reconnected these 2 wires. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the ignition. You have to crank the car for these to work, so I'm going to crank the car, turn the seat heater on, and feel to see if it's getting warm. Well, it looks like that did not fix it. So the next step is to cut. You're gonna have to make a sacrifice here. You're gonna have to sacrifice your left butt cheek / thigh, because what you're gonna do here is cut right here to where this part is no longer in the circuit, and you're gonna see 2 wires that run. If you can see right here, these wires, they run down here. So essentially what you're gonna do is cut it right here and then short these 2 wires. Cut it right here and then short these 2 wires together, or solder them together, so that this is out of the circuit and only this is. So that's what I'll try next. Okay, here we are. I didn't necessarily cut the pad. Instead, I dug down through the fabric to the wires and pulled out enough to where I could strip them, and now I'm going to solder them together. Alright, attempt number 2, sacrificing this pad, going straight instead of going from this wire right here all the way back down here and then back. We're just taking a shortcut. We're going right here, back this way. So I'm going to turn the car on, see if I get anything. Okay, that did the job. So there must have been something else other than what was visible from the burn mark on the outside pad area, because whenever I fixed it this way, it still didn't work. Therefore, I just bypassed this whole outer pad with this right here, and this should be less susceptible to the abuse that this outer pad will take. That might extend the life of this cheap fix, because the real fix is to get a whole new pad, but in order to do that, or it's in order to replace that, you have to take the whole the whole seat cover off, which includes this middle part, and you've got more of those rings that are a pain to take off and put back on. So this is a quick fix. It's free. Only your time is what it's going to cost, and I guess as long as you have solder wire and soldering tools and stuff like that. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So in order to proceed, you just do everything you did in reverse order. It's exactly the same, so I don't think I need to go over any of that. Put the seat cover on, the J-hook, 2 plastic clips on the side, bolt the motor back on, reattach the connectors down here, and you're ready to go. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.